even got used to being flogged, even in school.
Yeah.
3 boys come outside. You're like,
and
of course, they were like already like seeing girls, so you have to like look cool when you take the beating. You just like walk in, you just like stand there with your iron shirt, white sock. 10 stroke is like the standard.
Literally, our teachers are allowed to flog us. Your teacher, they get this long cane and they flog the shit out of you, basically.
It was Christmas, and you know how Christmas celebrations are. You have to kill some chicken and stuff like this. For some reason, I was with this chicken and my brother, and we were just like playing and ran away.
Oh,
we had to chase the chicken. We couldn't find it. We came back home. My dad was like, "Chicken, where is it?" Dad, it ran off. My dad gave me the beating of my life. After that happened, the night I was in my room, I was just thinking,
maybe to run off.
Maybe I should run off. Or I'm hoping that tomorrow somebody just shows up to the door and like, I'm the real father of Raymond. I'm here to pick him up.
Go pick up my kid.
They didn't beat me. First, they would yell at me. After they yell at me, they will call me back and then explain to me this and that and what's going on, and then we're all good.
That's interesting because when they yell at me and they call me back,
right,
it's for spanking. It's not.
Hey guys, welcome back to Onlyfacts Podcast. It's always amazing to be here to talk to you guys, and today we have an amazing guest, 2 amazing guests. So Raymond is my friend. I've known him for some time now. Interesting human being. And as you guys know already, we have Divine here. But before we start, we'll just let them tell us a little bit about themselves, because I don't think anyone would, everyone knows Divine. So maybe just, give a short introduction.
No problem. What's going on? It's your boy Divine. 19. I'm the Street Facts host, you know what I mean? And musician and producer and fashion model. Well, I guess I do a lot of things. I guess I do a lot of things. Yeah. I guess, but glad to be here. It's not my first time here. It's basically my home. The Onlyfacts Facts. So, glad to be here, man.
Awesome, bro. Thanks for being here.
Anytime.
And how about you, Raymond? Tell everyone who Raymond is.
My name is Raymond. Maybe you know, maybe you don't. On a weekday, I'm a software engineer.
Awesome. Yeah.
On the weekends, I do other stuff.
Like?
I mean, you can just tell us other stuff. Yeah. What do you do?
I mean, I love to dance. I love to meet up with my friends a lot of time. I also have some side projects on as well. So the weekends are the time that I get for this.
Yeah. I actually like that introduction, because sometimes I think I've said this once, because sometimes what people say, the difference between like Americans and a French person is, if you ask them, who are you, or tell me about yourself. Americans will just tell you like about their work, what they do professionally, but the French is like, I love croissant, I love fashion, I love to enjoy life. Yeah, before even going to what they do for work. So at least you're keeping a balance of what you do for work and enjoying the weekend as well, and going dancing.
I mean, I feel like if I don't have a break in the weekend, for me it's just one long week. It's like if I don't take that time to hang out or like work on other projects, I just feel like it's 10 days just gone straight.
I can imagine. I totally agree with you as well. Yeah, but if you've ever been to parties where someone is dancing in the middle, this high chance is going to be Raymond dancing in the middle, and everyone is just watching. Yeah. All Divine. Yeah.
Don't get it twisted.
All Divine.
I might be a retired dancer, but it could be any time I will bring back my dancing boots. You know what I mean? So,
awesome. Yeah. So today our main topic is focused on parenting in Europe. So the reason why. So I'll just quickly tell everyone the reason why I brought both of you here. So Raymond is going to tell me, perspective and opinion from a Nigerian, where parenting is really, it's really different to here in Europe. And then Divine, he's obviously German, so he's going to tell us from his experience how growing up in Germany, how it was interacting with his parents, basically. So I think I'll start with you. Remember, so tell me, generally speaking, you've seen like a little bit of differences between like, you know, growing up as a kid in Nigeria, you know, under your parents, and, you know, also what people do with the kids here as well. So what would you say is the biggest disparity?
Interesting. I mean, I spent the formative part of my life in Nigeria, and I didn't see parenting differently. So for me, parenting was you don't have the chances to make mistakes. You know, you could make mistakes, but you're corrected pretty fast. It's like there is no delay. There is no delay. It's like straight up. And I realized that also moving here that there is like this the disparity is like the correction, or they give you the chance to like try out and chance to fail. They also give you the opportunities to learn, and which I've come to understand why.
Okay.
But I think that basically one of the, I'll put it short, it's like there is no time to make mistakes. It's like as soon as it's happening, it's being corrected.
In Nigeria.
Yes.
Yeah. So I guess so. When you say corrected, how are you corrected basically?
I mean, there were different ways which I was corrected. There were like a lot of times where you'll be shouted upon. A few times. There were, you know, a bit of, you know, some kind of remind you, you know, who you are. That's what my mom always said.
Just say it though. Just say it when you're beating around the bush.
Yeah. When I use the word beating sounds too intense. You know, I like,
no, but it was intense though.
Yeah. I was just like spanked,
so
corrected
in a nicer way, you know.
Yeah, in a nicer way. But I was really like, you know, my mom was out there most of the times, you know, to like, you know, you come back home and they're like, go outside and pick a cane that you think it fits you. And you have to go there and look for something that fits you. And if it doesn't fit you, after they have used the cane on you, you have to go get another one.
Another
so you
one.
have to very...
Okay. Yeah. So basically what he's trying to say, short term is they mess you up if you fuck up. So that's the correction. Yeah, but how will you define though? I mean, growing up here, I wouldn't imagine like, you know, your parents, flog you as much as our parents.
That's the flog.
Did to us though.
You thought wrong, my boy.
Yeah, you serious?
I mean, they didn't beat me they didn't beat me in sense of like now really beating me up like in Nigeria. But they like how y'all would say that, right?
Yeah.
But of course there were some moments that when I really did something wrong, they will spank me.
They whoop your ass.
They this guy. But pretty much they will. I mean, it will depend. They have like different stages.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. So first they will yell at me. Sometimes they will say, okay, after they yell at me, they will call me back and then explain to me.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean? Why this and that and what's going on, and then we're all good, all fine. But if it's really something that was so bad, so crazy bad, they will spank me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I find that interesting because when they yell at me and they call me back,
right,
it's for spanking. It's not. It's not really for any conversation.
It's not for conversation.
It's like you're in your room and they're like, Raymond, mom wants to see you outside, or daddy wants to talk to you about what happened today. You are like, you are prepared.
You're prepared, yeah. You're prepared for this.
For me, it's different, right? Yeah. So again, many don't know this, but they say my name is Divine, but actually how my parents are calling me is DivineFavour. So now listen to this. If my dad says DivineFavour, that's the day I will meet Jesus Christ. That is the day you will not see me on this planet Earth again. I'll be in my room crying, praying to God that sometimes I would pretend to sleep so that like they know I'm sleeping, and I would just say DivineFavour. Yeah, thank you. I would look to God and say like, you know, it's been a good run. It's been a good run on here, but
I lived a good life.
I lived a good life, but it's time to go home. It's time. And then I will go to the living room and I would just see Dad, right? I would just look at Dad and Dad would look at me and he would just sit down and he would say, just come here. I'm not going to beat you. I don't want to go there, my boy. And there's reasons why I don't want to go there. But if I step there, I know it's going to be on side. But it's been rarely it would have that. But if whenever he calls me that name, I will see the Lord.
I think I totally understand the name thing because also, actually, to be honest, they also I have like my Igbo name, which is Kelena. And each time I hear Kelena, like even right now in real life, right? Yeah. If somebody, I have like a few friends that just prefer to call Kelena, and if I hear Kelena, there's like this set that I'm like, oh, shit, am I supposed to wash the plate now? Am I supposed to start cleaning the floor?
Are you having PTSD?
Fuck you. No, but it's like when someone calls you that name, it's like they know you from home. Yeah, and they're like, why is somebody calling me Kelena in the club?
Yeah,
did we not pay to get in here? What
happened? It happened to me once too. Like I will go outside and all of a sudden I hear someone say, "God fever." I'm like, who's calling me, bro? Like, one second, bro. Or
you're like, what are you doing?
When somebody calls me by my dad's name, my dad's name is Mark. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I'm just like, so I'm just outside. Mark, what the heck? Who the heck is calling me, bro? What's going on? Like we don't know each other like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like my name is DivineFavour, my boy. And then someone say Mark. Like, who the actual is calling me? Like I have to look at 5 times, making sure that's not a ghost. That's someone's talking to me, right? But it's like it's a set. It's a different set.
It's like a reset.
It's a different set.
Okay, sure. I know how to threaten you guys now when I need to. When I need to threaten you, I just call you, hey, Kelena, I'm gonna fuck you up. Yeah. And then you behave. All right, good to know.
Most likely.
Yeah.
Most likely.
Yeah, good to know. Yeah, but onto the next point, right? So this is one question I've always been wanting to ask, right? Because I've also been in that position. There was a few times where my parents obviously whooped my ass. But I would say mostly I got a lot of ass whooping from my elder sisters. Yeah, from my elder sisters actually. I was a stubborn kid actually. I don't know how I changed, but I changed. Yeah, I changed over time. It wasn't even because of the ass whooping. Just like when I was all grown, I was like decided to like just change and be a different person. No, not a different person. Improved version of myself. Improved version.
I would be smarter.
Myself. Yeah, exactly. I got smarter and got matured. And obviously, we started hanging out with the opposite sex, basically.
Oh,
so
yeah.
So you try to. So it gives you another perspective as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I always wanted to ask: have you ever been, gotten house, flogged? Or you start feeling, I think I have a second family somewhere. I think my republic is somewhere.
Bro, I have an incident like that where I cannot remember. I just remember it was Christmas.
Yeah.
And you know how Christmas celebrations are. There's like they have to kill some chicken and stuff like this. And in my house, I mean, it's either my dad does the killing of the chicken or I do it because I'm the first son. And for some reason, I was with this chicken, I and my brother, and we're just like playing. I don't know what we're doing with the chicken, and it ran away.
Oh,
my chicken just ran away, and we had to chase the chicken. We were looking for this chicken, we couldn't find it. We came back home, and my dad was like, chicken, where is it? That it ran off. It what? Ran off. It was the Christmas Eve. The next day was Christmas.
Yeah.
My dad gave me the beating of my life.
Of your life.
It was on. He didn't even think about my brother was there, anybody was there. It was like it was intense, right?
Yeah.
And actually, I think that's probably like the second or the only time my dad beat me, because I can't remember my dad beating me so much. After that happened,
it
was a Christmas Day. I like the night I was in my room, I was just thinking,
Maybe to run off.
Maybe I should run off. Or I'm hoping that tomorrow or somebody just shows up to the door and like, I'm the real father of Raymond. I'm here to pick him up. I'm here to pick him up. I was really hoping for that to happen.
Oh man. Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, it's funny you just talk about that chicken story because I don't think a lot of people know. In Nigeria, we kind of like kill our chicken ourselves.
I saw that live once. I actually saw it once.
I remember. I actually remember killing goats. Yeah. At some point as well. Yeah, I remember doing that. Yeah, crazy stuff. Yeah, we actually eat bio. We eat bio stuff.
If you call chicken killed after the person was beaten up, I would also consider that bio.
Oh man!
What about you, Swan?
Being flogged.
Yeah, like have you ever been flogged where you be like, okay, I think like I have a second family somewhere. This cannot be my real.
You cannot treat me like this. If they really know me, I love me.
I think the only time, no, but the thing is, if right, the incident of when it happened, right, I would just go to sleep, man. I think I never had this incident of being so young. Oh, wait a minute.
You grew up nicely now.
I have to really think. I don't think it really happened like that incident.
Yeah. So we don't want anyone to take this, out of context.
Just to be very clear,
out of context. So we, the way we grew up in Nigeria, it doesn't mean our parents or our siblings or everyone they didn't love us. It's just that we were
raised differently.
Not raised differently. I would say kids in Nigeria are way stubborn than some countries. Yeah, because we play outside, like you get messed up and so dirty, and then you go back home without even taking a shower. You just lie on the couch.
I disagree.
Right? I think a lot has to do with environment. Like for example, I'll just make this scenario. For example, if a child, for example, in a typical street, not everywhere, I'm just going to say in a typical street in Lagos, right, tries to cross the street without looking left or right, there is a high chance you would get hit by a car.
True.
If it's not like a red light place, right? You get hit by the car, and there's a other higher chance the person who hit you is not going to stop, right? And then you're like you're gone, right? Now, as a parent in Nigeria, I would not want that situation for my child. So, because I would rather, if I see him or her trying to do that.
Who's there?
Wait. If I see them trying to cross the street, I would like spank them even before, But for example, in Germany, for example, right? If a child is trying to cross the street, let's be realistic. Maybe not all part of Germany, but let me just use some part that I know, right?
Yeah.
And the person sees the child. There's a high chance it's going to brake for the child and probably scream from the same what kind of parent does this guy have, and then continue driving because he or she's probably driving at 50 or 30, which is like the limit on the street, right? And then so the thing is like, and the parents can then scold the child and say, don't do this. This is not what you do. So, and then if you want, like, if you don't do it, you probably have like a danger in the future. So you are giving the child to understand what the consequences are of not like looking around. Unlike back in Nigeria, the consequences are immediate. Like boom.
And it has the impact is way worse than.
I'm just using it as an example because also as adolescents growing up, where you also have friends in Nigeria, where you find yourself in different situations. Your parents also don't want that to happen.
That's right.
We can also go deep into like having a female child, or like in Nigeria, for example, how they grow up and stuff like this. The consequence of the mistake they make cannot be corrected if it's unlike here.
Yeah. So no, but
true.
You said something I wanted to get clarification about. You said they. So when you say they, you like referencing your kid can be like they them. Is that what you say?
I use they like the kids, like also they, like if you are like plural, 1, 2 people.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah,
I also don't know what you're talking about, but I mean. That's what I had in mind.
That's crazy, bro.
Oh man, yeah. So do you have siblings, Divine?
Yep.
Yeah. So I don't know if this just happened to just me as well, because I watched my parents and my older siblings transition from over time. That obviously, like initially they got they had less tendency to want to flog my younger siblings, for example, than during my time as well. So it's kind of like grandparents, how they treat their grandkids, right? It's a little bit different. So what would you connect that with? Is there a reason why it happens like that, or now they know better how to handle things, or why do you think it's like that? Yeah, because I would assume your parents are less strict with your younger siblings than they were with you, right?
I mean, I guess there are also stages of that when you have your first kid, they're trying to figure out how to parent, because that's the first time to ever parent someone. The second one is basically, you do it. Okay, for example, if I be 3 years old, or let's 2 years old, and I would try to put my hand in a socket.
Typical.
They will basically yell at me, or possibly maybe a little bit spank me, to let me know not to do it again. But then they will figure it out. Okay, it doesn't because they know the consequences. If there will be now the second child, like my younger sister, like my younger brother or younger sister, to try to do the same thing again, they will be like, you do it and find out by yourself. I ain't gonna stop. Figure out yourself. Yeah. Because there's a tendency, they understood now how parenting works. Not that they'd never understood. They just had now multiple ways of letting us know how to navigate life, I would say. Yeah. So then over time, you'll be more relaxed, I would say.
I mean, this actually this thing just remind me of another incident when I was younger, where we have this boiling ring, in Nigeria, if you want to boil water, we don't have this. I mean, I didn't have that one where you put the
you have to put a fire in, then the fire came it was like a ring.
No. It's like an iron.
Yeah, it's a hot iron basically.
That you put you have like a bucket or like a bowl, and then you put the hot iron on the inside. And let it boil.
Oh, okay.
So it's been a long time I saw that. So when I was little, I was always trying to go and grab the iron. I was always
when it's hot, when
it's been plugged in. I was always like my dad would always stop me, or my mom would stop me, but I would always want to know why is this making this water boil? So I was trying to grab it. And one time my dad I just have this memory of him always trying to stop me. And then one day he took me, walked me towards the thing, and turned off the socket, took a little spoon of water. So because the water was already not boiling, but it was a bit it was already hot. Right? He took some water and he touched my hand, right? And he poured a bit of it, and I was like, "Oh fuck, that's hot." And he was like, "Yes, yeah." That iron you're trying to touch is what's making this hot. So you can imagine how hot it is. And I was like, from that day, I never went.
You never went close to it.
So it was like trying to always tell me it's hot, but I was like, yeah, I shower with hot water anyway. It doesn't kill me, so but that
was a different hot.
That was like, okay, nice to meet you, Dad. Where's my real dad?
So just looking at this, and I was going through this conversation, right? Would you say you would want to raise a kid with similar approach, or you would want to do things differently? So now I want you to quickly answer this now, Raymond, right? So would you want to raise a kid in the European sense of how they raise kid, or in the Nigerian sense of how we raise our kids are raised in Nigeria, basically?
That's a difficult question, because the last time I checked, I don't have any kids, as I can remember. So it's a bit difficult for me to. But the thing is, I feel like our parents raised us through what they know. right? It's not like good or bad. It's what they give you, what they know. You cannot give what you don't have, right?
Yeah.
So I feel for me, I still have the way which they raised me, right? But I still. If I was in Nigeria, if I were in Nigeria, my English is getting pretty bad. In Nigeria, I would probably maybe not be too far from how they raised me, right? But maybe a bit more different. But but I would not be too far. But after living here, I've seen things like I mentioned earlier with the case where I can allow you to fail and allow you to learn by yourself and stuff like this. But I still think that. I know myself. I'm a very active person. Can imagine that anybody I bring out to this world will be active as well. So
I mean, you never know. Your kids, they don't have to, get you. They probably wouldn't have your.
No, I'm just saying I am prepared to have somebody like me. And if I have somebody like me, I don't think talking to me would work so much at the age. I mean, I'm not planning to do anything, but I mean, I would like. At least show, I mean, I think that there are different ways that things can be done. I'm not intending to hit any of my, nothing like this. Yeah. But at least it's good to have someone who can play good cop, back up. Maybe your wife is being like, stop doing this, mark that off. Or I don't know what she might be. Stop, I don't know, stop hitting your younger brother on the head, And I'm going to be like, stop it now. Like a bit of like,
the aggressive, restrictive version,
restrictive action, and then have definitely some punishments. I would like figure out what they like because I hope they don't watch this, and then
I know what I would have done the same thing,
and then manipulate me. I hope they don't watch this, but I will figure out what they like, and then try to like give like a stop. Like okay. Yeah. No dancing for you this weekend because I hope my kid dances or something like this. Something.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's cool. I like I like you. You want your kids to be like you because I mean I wouldn't say you're a good person. So why would you want your kids to be like you? Wow.
No, I'm joking.
No, be your own friend.
Even before. Be your own friends, you know what I mean?
Yeah, be your own friends. Be your own friends. I hang out with this guy.
If you have friends like him, you don't have enemies. You don't.
No, but I find it incredible, though. Your approach as well. I think it's cool. I think it's similar to what it's being done here, anyways. To be honest, to the European standard of raising kids, where you either what's the word for it? You would rather either ground them or call their TV time or game time as well. Well, I don't know. I mean, you're still young, Divine. I don't know if this question.
I've been thinking already about this for a long time.
Do you have kids?
You've been thinking
no, I don't have kids, bro.
You've been thinking of it, but why are you thinking of it now? You still
already, bro. I have a girlfriend already, bro. Like I'm already thinking like 5-6 years ahead of me, bro. That's,
okay, cool.
That's just something I'm thinking about. Like if I would how I would raise my kids, right? It's not gonna be like with spanking and all this stuff. It's gonna be basically how we do it. It's like, dude, like I will see the one thing you love the most, and you won't do that for a couple of days or a week, just for you to understand. Because I think, let's say you love playing video games, like you love to play this one particular video game. So I will take that video game, and that will hurt way more than me slapping you.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like it will like hurt, like or even will hurt the most. Like you see your siblings do it, and you can't do it. Yeah. Right. That's how I will do it. It's gonna be different, but it's not gonna be but slapping. Boy, bro. Like, do you know the trauma? Like, imagine like your father, or your mother slapping you across the face. Not even about the face. It's like, it's like you have to take that. Like, you have to take that, bro.
I mean, but would you say there's like a trauma attached to it? Because I mean, I don't see personally.
How did you grow up?
No. I'm not saying I'm gonna spank my kids, right? So I'll try not to, but I think maybe once in a blue moon, maybe just
it's definitely blue moon for them.
No, so I'm not like So when I say spanking, like I don't mean like like just a little bit, right? Just a little bit to.
We just see that kid the next day with like some bread, like.
What happened? Yeah, Daddy just showed me blue moon yesterday.
No, it's not going to be like that. It's not going to be like that. No. I think sometimes, you know, a little bit of tough love might be needed as well, because I think everyone needs a bit of correction in life, especially as kids. We do some, like, you know, stupid, you know, stuff basically. So that's why. So I'm not saying I'm going to do it, but I think sometimes it's the quickest way to.
It's the lazy way.
It's the quickest way to get.
But at the same time, I'm grateful that they did it.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
But at the same time, I'm grateful that they they raised us up in a way.
Yeah.
Like, for example, for me, especially in Germany, right? I was raised here all my life, right?
Yeah.
And now I see how people, or like teenagers my age, I won't say I'm a teen. I won't be a teenager in like a couple of weeks. That's crazy. I'll be 20 like this.
Ooh, congratulations, man.
Yeah, thank you. I don't know if it's I don't know if it's a congratulation or like I'm sorry for your loss.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly what I wanted to say.
No, what I'm trying to say is, like, if I will compare, let's say, someone who's 20 years old who's not been raised like that, it doesn't mean that they were raised in a bad way, but if I will see them now, like, treating people anyhow, like hurting people, like, just not living right, you know, and I'm looking at myself and I'm like, okay, I am grateful that my parents were strict in a certain type of way, because if not, I could have been like them, or even worse, you know. So there's of course a certain sense of gratitude once you grow up, and you like look back and be like, okay, that they act this harsh, right? Discipline actually prevent me from doing a lot of what they're doing. You know, so there's a certain gratitude that follows along with that.
Yeah. I mean, I can testify to that, because I mean, look at Raymond now. Imagine Raymond was left to run wide. Imagine was left to run wide.
I mean, there's like
I mean, Raymond, think about it though. I mean, you just thinking about it basically yourself.
Yeah, wait. So the thing is, like, I think that I remember all the beatings that I have. Fortunately, it was not a lot, but they are still in there. But the thing was, like,
unfortunately, you said unfortunately.
Fortunately, they are not a lot.
It's not a lot. Okay.
But the thing is, like, I realized. I mean, the thing it did was, like, if I had to do something stupid, I would remember. At least I would remember how my mom would feel about it. I think it was more about how she felt and what led her to do what, to, like, hit me or something, that would stop me from doing it, because I know that I don't want to put her in a position where she's, like, you know, getting mad again or getting pissed or something like this. But I know that at least the thing is, I know that the getting pissed leads to the flog.
Leads to the flog.
So it's like, I would. I think it's really because growing up, I grew up different places. At some point, like, the streets, when you grow up in the streets, you need to be able to, like any one short mistake you make in your life could just be like you just go down the road, you know. So I'm grateful to I'm actually grateful. I don't think I was beaten for no reason. Maybe except the chicken one, I don't know.
But that's just the chicken. You let the chicken run away.
That's just a
fair point.
Because if I would have been your dad, I would have whooped you too.
I mean, you know,
totally understandable.
I was supposed to eat that chicken,
especially for someone who loves food. I may have adopted you.
Right. Imagine coming from work hungry, you're spending your fried chicken, and Raymond is like, bro, you know, I was just chilling.
I was chilling with the chicken.
I was chilling with the chicken, and then the chicken ran off. It ran off.
I would have put you for adoption today.
Bro, I'm like, what the fuck you said? It's ran off.
What?
Yeah. That okay. Now I understand it.
Yeah.
Now that you guys have made this and put a bigger picture into it, I could
of course. You done after the correct to spank you.
What would you have done? Like, let's say you're coming from work, or you're expecting like a really good Christmas, and then your son is telling you, Dad, I guess the chicken just fell off.
I don't know. I think it depends on how I do. I think my first reaction might be to laugh, because I find it like,
it's funny.
Yeah,
you find it funny.
Like, okay. But then if you're dealing with kids, I can imagine. I mean, I'll be really also pissed, because of course everyone is depending on this chicken for the Christmas, right? Like the Christmas is one day, right? So I'll be really pissed, but I would hope that the chicken comes back somehow.
You won't beat your kids. Exactly.
Yeah, but so unfortunately, it's an experience we wouldn't, you wouldn't have living in Europe now, because you get, your chicken keyed and
already killed,
sliced, sliced it before it gets to
I
you.
guess the only time I saw a chicken kill was a couple of years ago. That was actually cool. Like I just like, it just reminds me that I was Nigerian. And it was like for a birthday, and I just saw a cow actually just like being killed. It was kind of horrifying because how the cow died, I was like, damn, from the neck? Like it was from the neck? That's like you just stabbed on the neck.
How do you prefer to suffocate the cow?
Yeah.
But,
No,
to put him in a chokehold.
No, that's what I'm trying to say. I know you can stab him, but like from the neck, it's like kind of, it's like...
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, but it's crazy how we grew up in Nigeria, though. I mean, I don't think you see that anymore. I mean, we were like playing on the street like 247.
Oh yeah,
basically, even in Nigeria now, it's not. I mean, it's still a bit common, but not as common as while we were younger. While we were younger back then. Yeah, I can imagine.
That even reminds me of, actually, when you mentioned playing in the street, I remember like one of the reasons also my parents might get pissed was like, you go to play football, barefoot. For some reason,
I know, bro, crazy.
And then you come back,
crazy.
And it's Hamilton, for example, and you're all like covered in dust,
and you just
literally walk into the living room like it's your father's house. I mean, it's your father's house. Then you just walk in, and he's like, or you just like go on the couch and you're like,
and you just put it dead everywhere.
Mom is like, will you come and raise your legs from this?
Yeah, I know. That's absolutely crazy, though. It's I don't know. I think sometimes it also your social stand or your economic position might also might also apply to how your kids get treated as well. No, just let me learn, right? Because now if your kid is playing like video games, so they're always indoors, they don't go outside too much and all. If you compare that to what we did, like when you like go like play the dead and then just bring that dead inside and just lie on the couch. Yeah, that would piss your parents off. Also your mom as well, because they're like, we're cleaning this place, or it's a nice couch, and you're just like sleeping in there with your with the entire death in your body. So those are some cases that might lead to smacking. And then if you're in a dissimilar position where your kid are like indoors, they're playing inside with your toys, so they never, that experience or that scenario wouldn't occur, in such a way. But I guess kids would just always find a way to piss you off anyways. So they would invent new ways to piss you off. Yeah. But do you guys think that also like apply to, how like, the probability of kids being smacked, your economic situation?
Yeah, I mean, then you can also argue, because now the theory just came into my head that sometimes people who are like more financially stable end up with shitty kids, because the question now is, it because they were not smacked or not? But yeah, I could imagine that if you're like more economically stable, I could assume that maybe you traveled often. I could also assume that maybe you're too busy to even smack anybody, and maybe you just, maybe you're in a safe place where you're just thinking, even if they don't do well in school anyway, my money will be fine for them. Yeah. So like there's probably several reasons why people don't smack the kids, but I could imagine that actually, because there are some kids who had in school when we talk about we being smacked, they're like, well, my mommy would never do that,
Yeah, I don't like these kids. Like these kids, like whoever who never have these like situations, probably they're rich. I would say they have probably they have like the mom is probably too busy, or the dad is probably too busy. It explains why they end up like being a brat anyway. Yeah. So like, but yeah, basically everything. You said everything basically. Like these are probably all the reasons. I can't imagine there's another reason why.
Yeah. But it's funny though, because you guys initially said you weren't gonna smack your kid, and now we're coming in full cycle, and you say, kids that their parents were really rich and they were smart, turned out to be bright. So listen, now you
listen. We're talking about trauma situations.
Trauma level situations.
Okay. No, I'm not talking. No. I wasn't referring.
There's a difference between we've been smacked because it's culture, and then there are people who need to be smacked because there's no other choice. That the ones that you're talking about, they just need to be smacked. There's no other option but to smack them.
Okay. So now,
actually, I mean, like he actually created a fair point. Like there are people that. But also, so I don't like straight too much. I also feel like it depends on the environment. Like this is like it's like in Nigeria. I can imagine, like I said, I could imagine that this guy deserves to be smart. Like I have told him several times, like don't sit on the couch with your legs, take a shower first. You're doing it 50 times in a day. You deserve to. There is only one way you will learn.
Okay. So basically, again, now we're coming in from cycle, and we're all agreeing.
But if it's in Europe, like I said, if it's in Germany, for example, I'll probably do it differently because I can understand. Like I don't know about you guys, but in Nigeria, growing up, I'm not going to generalize. I didn't understand the concept of bills. I come home, there is life. My mom will complain that maybe we have to pay, but I just knew that my mom went to work and she paid bills.
Yeah, we were living in life.
I didn't know how much the couch costed. It's not my business. I didn't know, the water, how much we need to pay for the water. It's not my business. So but in Europe, I can understand that at some point the kids start to put like pride or start to put like ideas or values on things because it's inbuilt in the system. Like you would see a later come for your dad because I don't know, he didn't pay for whatever. Yeah. So I feel like at that point there are some things you can't, you probably get a sense how much the couch costs, probably because of maybe how your dad treats the couch.
It depends also like the financial situation, right? Yeah, it also depends on that because if you're now in a tech company making now like you're a software engineer, I'm studying it, right? And you're making you make like lots of money like a month. It wouldn't matter compared to someone who's now like doing average. You know what I mean? So it also depends on that.
Yeah,
you're right also at that point. So
yeah. So I hope that the kids would understand this and not give me the opportunity.
Okay. So they say this: if your kid is drifting towards being a brat, you would smack them to reset them to factory settings.
Depends where we are.
Oh, that's a fair point.
Depends where we are.
Depends where we are. Like, listen, if I'm in Germany, of course I would talk to them. I will punish them by taking their video phone games away. But if we're in Nigeria, that's no longer God for all divine talking. Or someone that is talking to you. And I will slap you until Jesus comes.
Just put it like
I'm playing. But
no, it's fine. Of course, we are being sarcastic on some point.
Yeah, I'll add something. I actually know someone in Germany who's raising kids who has never beat his kids, right? But he goes to Nigeria often. And when he goes to Nigeria, he takes his kids along with him. And when the siblings are smacking the kids, he makes them watch. He makes the kids like, you see what I could do to you? But I am not. So when they come back tonight to Europe, they're like a bit more. They're like, okay, daddy's not beating us because he's being nice to us, so we have to behave ourselves. Yeah. He can, but he won't.
Okay,
but emphasis of he can,
he can, but he won't.
Okay. So basically, also what I'm understanding from this is what, just to summarize it, is you guys are saying the location you are depends on the.
Guys, listen.
Determine the smart.
Listen.
Determine if you're gonna smack your kid or not. That's what you're saying.
If you're watching this, it was a joke. I'm not gonna beat my kids, okay? Baby, if you're watching this, it was a joke.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna beat them, alright?
Yeah. Disclaimer, no kids were hot making of this video. I will be hot in the future.
Okay. Thank you, brother. You made it very clear.
Oh, man.
It's a joke.
You guys are killing, man.
We have to say, not before they're gonna ban this video or something. I don't know.
No. See, so this is the thing for me, right? I think it's always very. I mean, that's why I always tell people, try to be a little bit enlightened, and also to be, think a bit as well. Each country or each place in the world have a totally different culture, different to yours, right? So, things can be done differently. I mean, it doesn't mean necessarily right, but also at the same point in time, that can be what they feel at that point in time from their cultural perspective is the best way to do things, or the best way to move forward. So, so that's why sometimes, smacking a kid can be the quickest way to get results, because again, I think anyone will tell you pain is, some of the biggest teachers in life, right? Yeah,
the pain is painfully hurtful, but
exactly.
Depends on who's giving you the pain.
Yeah, exactly. It's something that you at least your brain can always quickly think of or remember the pain, and you
want to do something.
I remember when I go to a spanking, so I think I'll just let it go.
You want to do something. Just remember that pity that you got.
You just had it like, oh, it was my left butt cheek. It's not nice.
You wake up, you just see this pain.
So but again, like I said, but once you figure out a different approach and a better way of doing things, then the smacking isn't really necessary anymore, because now there's a different way and a better system of actually disciplining the child without the smacking. So like your point initially, where you say that's how they know. Yes, they know how in Nigeria as well. For example, So for me, of course, I'm going to find like the less strict way to discipline my kids, but again, I'm not taking smacking out of the
right, and also we're in a different time.
I'm not. But it's just that I think in most cases, it's for a large extent it wouldn't be necessary or called for. So I'm just saying I'm not totally dismissing it, out of it as well. So that's my, personal opinion as well. Right. Yeah.
I mean, for me, I hope not to, because actually, if I look back in my life, even as a person, I can't remember when I even hit somebody, I mean, maybe.
Oh, you've never been in a fight?
If it's a fight, then it's on. If it's a fight, it's a different situation. But I've like hit somebody that I cannot hit back.
Okay.
Thank you. So if I have to hit you, you should. Like, I've considered that you can't be hitting back, so it's on. So if it's like for like a. So that's why I'm like, in my head, I'm always thinking like, also in my relationship with people, or like also in like dating and stuff. If someone does something that I don't like, I'm like, I don't like this. Or if you piss me off, I'll probably say, you piss me off, or something like this. And because I don't have any kids, and because my sister, which is like the closest to a kid that I would say, she doesn't like to see me disappointed. So like if I'm disappointed in her, I make it known that I'm disappointed. So she doesn't do something to disappoint me. So that is the closest to a kid that I have, and I'm always like telling her like, why would you do this? You should not do this. And then she's like, oh no, I'm sorry, and she would like do it differently. So I've never hit her before. I mean, I'm pretty sure maybe my parents once or twice or something like this. But I get the sense even that should be more disappointed to disappoint me than disappoint my parents. Yeah. So I don't know.
Right. Also, I guess the reason why I would hope not to. Like for me, it's like I know how it feels, at the end of the day, like in the moment, like when you're a kid, like how you felt in that moment. Yes. Like now you'll be like, oh yeah, this and that, but you know how it feels when you're a kid. Right? So I would say that for me, I wouldn't really want to hit my kids, because there's many ways for you to discipline. Yes. And also the thing is, like a kid who is not being beaten or like being disciplined in a harsh way tend to perform way better in life than somebody who is been beaten.
I disagree though.
I would say there's different. There are different aspects you think of it. Of course, you get better. You can perform better in life, but basically it's because of the pressure that you have.
Yeah,
I would say it's basically because of the pressure that you have. Okay, let's say you don't want. Okay, let's say you have two parents, right? A parent. Okay, you do something wrong, and there's a parent. Okay, there's a kid who is not stubborn, right? Who's like normal. And the parent is telling you, okay, don't do this because this will happen and this will happen and this will happen. And then you have another parent who will beat you up, who will basically spank you or tell you not to do it again. He will tend to listen to the parent more and he will be better off by listening. You know what I mean? He will like listen more to the parent. He will be better off by just listening, and he will tend to be better because he doesn't want to do that again because he knows the consequences. More than someone who beats them.
No, but again, I think maybe you guys are getting these other things completely wrong from my perspective, right? I'm not talking about spanking from an angle of abuse, right? Yeah, that's no, that's not what I'm talking about. Not even close. Right, so I'm not talking about it where the only sort of discipline you're doing is spanking, right? So of course you start from like telling, hey, don't do this again, or you start from like holding their favorite toy back from them as well, so me saying maybe a little bit of spanking is in the last resort, basically. The last resort, like if you hit your younger brother's head on the wall, I'm like, hey, don't hit his head on the wall anymore. I tell you once, tell you twice. Now I need to discipline you, in a harsh manner, so you stop doing that and don't do that anymore. That's where I'm coming from. I'm not saying, Jesus Christ, no one wants to abuse their kids. Right? I mean, no decent person would want to abuse their kid, basically. Yeah. So that's where I'm coming from, and not from.
Yeah, I mean, another thing.
Aspect.
Sorry.
Yeah, go on.
Another thing is to also like like I said, I'm not like supporting this, but it's important to let the child know why you're doing what you're doing.
True.
Because it's easy to get it. I can imagine that funny enough, I didn't consider being beaten as a kid as abuse. Like, to be honest,
exactly.
Like the word abuse. If I hear abuse, back in the day, I'm like, and for me, it's like abuse. It's like abuse, and then it's like, and then now it's like the thing now is like, if a kid is hit here, right? Yeah. And it goes to the school and said, my dad hit me or my mom hit me, and they're supposed to write a statement. I'm pretty sure abuse is going to be somewhere in that statement, right? And then at that point, and then at that point, it's now the situation now is not. Maybe the kid is not even the situation where you try to like discipline the kid is now overlooked. It's now being considered as an abuse, and the child will not have this. I was abused as a child. And then they go to therapy, and maybe they run out. Maybe they tell their friends, "I'm being abused," and then the friend says, "Run away from home," for example. And then they run away from home, which is justified because they have been abused, But then the question now is like, and that's why I also feel like in our culture, if you've been hit, if your dad hit you at home and you come back to school, they're like, you probably deserve it, I would have hit you as well. The teacher's going to tell you, I was thinking of always hitting you.
I mean, our teachers are allowed to flog us.
Beat the shit out of us.
I've heard that. Literally, your teacher, you get this long cane, and they flog the shit out of you, basically. They do something terrible.
I mean, the thing was like, we even got used to being flogged. It's like, the thing is like, sometimes you're like, we are prepared, even in school. It's like JS3 boys come outside. You're like, and you have to like, because of course they were like already like seeing girls, so you have to like look cool when you take the beating. It's like you just like walk in, you just like stand there with your iron shirt, white socks, white everything. They just standing there.
It's crazy though.
Yeah, and then the teacher comes and it's like maybe like 10 strokes is like the standard. Like 10 strokes or 5 strokes is like the standard. And the thing is like you have to think because maybe there's like your crush watching you.
And then you're all of a sudden like they're like just
you have to be like that. You have to be like cool. You have to be like
bring it on. Literally trying to look cool.
Yeah.
Taking some smacking. It's crazy.
Maybe the girl now, maybe after smacking, the girl now comes to you and like,
are you okay?
What happened to you? And then you're like, and then all of a sudden you're like, then you let it flow.
Oh man. You're just angry like, just get beat up there. I'm okay. I like you. Don't worry. Oh, it's crazy. Honestly, I like to hear. I like to hear what people might comment under this video, basically, in terms of people who don't have that experience. Just say, oh, can't even imagine being flogged. Like literally, in your class, there can be list of noisemakers. So let's say there's no teacher in the class at that point in time. The teacher's like, so no one should make noise, and I'll be back, and then. Like the class prefect is like keeping like tabs on whoever is making noise. So you're literally being flogged for just whispering.
Yeah,
like literally whispering when they say everyone should be quiet. It's crazy, man. It's wild.
Class prefects are like the ultimate. Like they are like the Lord. There's like the assistant class captain, which is sometimes like a girl, actually mostly a girl. And then when it says stop making noise, and then guys keep making noise, and then someone is not taking names of noisemakers. That's the list. It says this list will say names of noisemakers, number 1, number 2. And it's like if the class prefect doesn't like you, you can also put your name in there for literally fasting or doing like the listing. And then the teacher comes in and just comes and says, Victoria, give me the list of noisemakers. And then you're like, what? There was a list? Because you probably do not know that they write the names of noisemakers. Yeah. And then they have to call you out, and then you get like a proper whooping.
Yeah. It's crazy because when people say, smacking your kid is abuse, so when I say smacking, I mean smacking last resort as a means of correction.
Yeah, really like right? so many pronouns into this.
I need to basically clarify it, right? But when people say it's people from Western world, they say it's abuse, so it means 90% of the kids from Nigeria were all abused. We were all abused because everyone, you got flogged at some point, either at school or at home. Yeah. At some point, you did as a means of correcting you.
But look at where we are now. So I guess it all paid off. You know what I mean? So
maybe that's
it. I mean, it definitely paid off for Raymond though.
But I don't know. Maybe
this guy is really
the question now, because now that you call it abuse, now I'm feeling like maybe that's why I'm having some issues now. No, maybe I feel like that's why I don't know. Maybe that's why.
That's why you have PTSD when people call you.
Yeah, maybe also maybe I don't know. That's why. And Friday night I want to hang out with the guys. Maybe there's something there because I want to go partying because I want to leave home.
Yeah,
so maybe that's part of the reason.
Yeah, OnlyFacts Studio presents special edition. Raymond PTSD trauma story.
Let's explain that angle.
Part 1.
Beating at 5 years old.
Oh man.
Okay.
Oh man, guys, I'm really. But that could be something though.
Presents Raymond.
I said,
yes.
Right? But that's crazy because now if you mention words like abuse and assault, I'm imagining the most gruesome shit,
Right. Yeah, it's like what I'm imagining.
If someone tells me that I was assaulted by my dad, I'm like, where is he? Let's lock him up, And then when it tells me, he just hit me, I don't know, because I did it, I'm like, bruh, use the right words, huh?
You were disciplined. The Ash way. I have heard the Ash way, basically.
Yeah, I've heard that somebody like my parents would tell me one story. Maybe like someone like my parents, right? So it was like a kid was like calling the police.
Yeah.
No, maybe it was a Ghanaian friend of mine, but basically he told me that like a kid was trying to call the police because his kid he got beaten by his parents. So he was like, is this the police? And the police said, what's going on? Yeah, I'm actually having an issue right now. What's going on? Tell us what's going on. We'll help you. And I said, yeah, my parents are beating me. And then the police said, call me when it's a real emergency. And I hung up.
Was it Germany?
No, it wasn't Germany.
Oh, Ghana.
It was like in Nigeria.
Wait, in Nigeria?
Somewhere like Nigeria.
Africa. I mean, I can imagine if you call the police, your parents beating you, they might even like insult you on the call.
Why? Who would even call you police, basically?
I don't even know that you call police.
I don't even know.
If somebody's not there, I don't know why you're calling the police.
Exactly. If you're not being, if you're not being robbed, or there's something like some sort of like eye danger, I don't think people even remember to call the police. Police not is I think we have a different law enforcement structures
like
structure in Nigeria, for example. So there's no way you'll be your parents would discipline you.
No, but I can imagine if you were born here or you grew up and you maybe go back to Ghana for holiday. When your uncle smacks you, I can imagine the first thing you want to do is to call the police. And then you realize that
it's a different system.
Different word. This is not for smacking.
Some Jonathan, I want to call the police. I'm so sorry. That's not here, my boy. You're not in England. You're in Nigeria.
No, it's really interesting conversation with you guys in this. So I know we are not there yet, but at some point we are gonna get there. So the point I was gonna ask a question, right? So because I think you guys were talking, sometimes location matters as well,
Right.
Yeah, because for example, it's illegal to smack your kids in Germany. So we know that. So I wanted to ask you basically, did your parents smack you differently when you were in Nigeria to when they smack you in Germany? So was there a different
location-based
level of smacking, basically? Yeah, like when you guys visited for holiday,
a different type of smack. But the thing is, because my parents lived in Berlin, I live in Berlin. Like they live here now for almost over 2 decades, right? Mm-hmm. So because they have adapted the Western culture in them, they really didn't beat me in Nigeria. You know?
Okay.
So I didn't have really any experience of that.
Yeah.
But they didn't. But of course, they will talk to me. Like they will let me know, hey, we're in Nigeria, like this is different right now,
Okay.
So if I would do a mistake, or if I would did something that is not right, they will let me know, hey, it's different. It's different because now it's different as if like than me being, I know Europe, I know Berlin all my life basically, right? But it's different if you're in Nigeria, because then the rules are different, because like everybody can discipline you. You know what I mean? Like anybody can have a say. Compared to being in Germany, like nobody has a say except your parents. Like they can, you know what I mean? But if you're now in Nigeria, basically anybody, like you could do something wrong on the street, and then some auntie can tell you.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So I wasn't really being beaten, but of course there were experiences where my parents really like corrected me in Nigeria, say, this is wrong, this is not correct, this is not okay.
Okay. The way implied trait.
Huh?
Implied trait.
What are these words that are coming out of your mouth?
Implied trait.
What trait?
Implied trait.
What kind of a dictionary is this?
So what?
Like this is the smartest English I've heard like in a long time.
Very long time, man.
What I mean is they will let you know if you mess up. This is in Germany. There's a chance, someone might smack you.
Bro, speak English, non-scientific English, bro, man. It's like speak English.
Your parents are like terrorists, but they are trying to
you are in Nigeria, so if you go the wrong way, it's different rules apply here. So all right, I get. So yeah, I think just before we go, I think this is also something we need to make, something I need to say as well. So one, I think we, like in my generation, with I'm not so old, So saying in my generation is like, yeah. So in my generation and Raymond's generation, so I don't think Nigeria is like that anymore, to be honest. Just the way I said, I saw like, the trend and the switch, with my parents, with my sisters, with my younger siblings as well. So that's also going like around Nigeria and also schools as well. So for example, in schools, you're not allowed to beat kids, too much anymore. So I think globally we're phasing away from that approach of spanking kids, which is also something I see everywhere as well. So but it's been.
I mean, I totally agree to what you said, because I also like my sister. I actually can't remember if she was. I don't have it. I mean, I was in a boarding school at some point, so I was also moved out at some point. But I can't remember if she was spanked or when she was spanked. Because she's even 21.
Yeah, you didn't really see it.
So I was questioning my marks with this, even maybe after my parents experimented with maybe they moved on to greater ways. And my sister she's fine. She's not fine. She's behaving like
I think she behaved better than you though.
What do you mean?
This guy has been shading you for the entire episode, bro.
What's going on?
What did he do to you?
We were just beefing.
I guess us elder siblings, we always have to go through the experimenting phase, and then
it's like so your parents are like reading some book, like okay.
So to all of our younger siblings, you should be grateful that you have us, because we went through all of that.
Yes,
we were the test subject.
We are the reasons why you have your freedom. So you better be grateful to us.
And because of us now, the world is a better place.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And we really, this is the burden that we are taking for the. I should be nominated for
the presidency, bro.
No, Nobel Prize.
You're right.
Nobel Prize for peace.
For peace. For the change.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
Acknowledge us.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks a lot for coming. I think we had a great conversation. And also, so as much as we were serious here, we also made like a lot of jokes and sarcasm as well.
Yes.
To lighten up the mood. So no one should,
yes.
Apart from some few advices we had,
nobody should share this video to my parents. I would really not find it funny. If I find
they had no idea. They had no idea I was thinking he had a second family. So please don't share. So
I have only one family.
So if you don't make it home alive, we know why.
So thanks a lot, guys, for coming and having fun with me here. I think today I just wanted to like have a good time and have fun with you guys. And also talk something impactful and something that has statistics and facts to back our even if we our conversation as well, which is what we do Onlyfacts Podcast. So thanks Divine for always being here, and so for sure Raymond, we would like to have you again at some point. At some point.
If I don't get back.
So thanks to all our viewers. Thanks for joining. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Remember to follow us on all our social media: Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Thread, and subscribe on YouTube as well. We gladly and we would appreciate that a lot. So and comment on your experience as well, and comment on what you think. And comment what you think as well, and what differences or experiences you had with parenting, or with your parents, or you being a parent. Either way, we would be willing to hear from you. So have a good one and see you next time. Ciao. Peace.